Take a deep breath and feel this truth settle into your heart. You already carry every resource needed to shape your perfect reality. This isn't speculation or wishful thinking. It's a certainty deeply woven into your soul. There's a luminous power within you that responds to your innermost desires, waiting to bring them into form. Yet in the hustle of everyday life, we often forget just how capable we are. We let doubt, fear, or rigid perceptions overshadow this brilliant potential, slipping into routines that reflect limitations instead of possibilities. Now, imagine a gentle hand guiding you, a supportive voice reminding you that there is no dream too grand, no vision too bold. The purpose of our time together is to illuminate the path to manifesting your dream life using well-loved, proven techniques that transcend trends. You'll learn step by step how to nurture self-love, release self-defeating beliefs, and invite an energy of abundance into every aspect of your world. No matter where you stand today, feeling hesitant, excited, or even skeptical, know you're exactly where you need to be. The crucial shift happens when we muster the courage to believe in ourselves wholeheartedly, trusting that we are worthy of magnificent outcomes. If you've ever sensed the quiet stirring of greater potential within you, this is your calling to listen. We'll peel back the layers of limiting beliefs, getting to the root of why so many dreams remain unfulfilled, and replace those outdated narratives with uplifting truths. Each technique we explore, be it mirror work, affirmations, or grateful reflection, serves to fortify your connection to a deeper sense of self-worth. This isn't mere theory. It's a living practice that countless individuals have experienced. With each repetition of a chosen affirmation, you're rewiring your subconscious. With each act of gratitude, you're anchoring the energy of blessing in your life. Remember, your dream life isn't an illusion shimmering on the horizon, always out of reach. It's a reality forming in the vast, unseen layers of your consciousness right now. The only question is whether you'll open yourself to it. Will you choose to see beyond the obstacles, beyond the naysayers, and beyond the old patterns that once held you back? In the sections that follow, you'll discover the steps to do exactly that. Prepare to expand your mind, warm your heart, and free your spirit, because it's time to align with the most extraordinary version of yourself and watch as your intentions blossom into tangible, life-changing experiences. Visualize standing in front of a blank canvas, paintbrush in hand, ready to paint the story of your life. That canvas represents your future, and the paintbrush is your power of intention. The color palette is vast, containing not just typical shades, but also vibrant hues of creativity, love, and abundance that you may never have considered before. In essence, your intention is the driving force that guides the stroke of every brush and determines the final masterpiece of your existence. But what is intention really? It's the clarity of purpose behind what you desire. When you set a strong intention, you're giving your mind, body, and spirit a clear directive. Here is what I choose to bring into my life. Vague desires often produce vague results, leading to frustration and the false conclusion that manifestation doesn't work. In truth, the universe, or the higher power you resonate with, adores specificity. If you say, "I want a better job," you might get minor improvements. But if you say, "I am ready for a role where I feel fulfilled, valued, and well compensated," you send a clear message that sets events in motion. Sometimes people struggle because their conscious desires don't match their deeper subconscious intentions. Imagine wanting more financial stability, but harboring a quiet belief that money is the root of all problems, or you're unworthy of a high-paying job. This internal conflict can sabotage even the most heartfelt wish. That's why part of embracing the power of intention involves uncovering the hidden layers of your psyche, those unspoken beliefs that might resist your conscious goals. Becoming aware of these subtle, often inherited beliefs is the first step. Write them down, question them, and choose to release them. Then replace them with a more uplifting perspective. I believe money can be a force for positive change in my life and in the world. To fully harness the magic of intention, set aside a few moments each day to reaffirm what you truly want. Speak it aloud, or even better, write it down. Get as specific as possible about how you want to feel in your dream scenario. Free, joyful, inspired, or maybe adventurous. Notice how your emotions shift when you allow yourself to envision the outcome. Emotions serve as signals, confirming whether you're in alignment with your highest aspirations. If excitement bubbles up, you're on the right path. If anxiety creeps in, that's a sign to gently explore and release the insecurities holding you back. When you embrace the power of intention, you become the artist of your destiny. With each stroke of the brush, each decision, thought, or action, you co-create a vibrant future that mirrors the deepest truth of who you are. And in this creation, no detail is too small to matter, and no dream is too large to hold. You are wielding real power here, the power to determine how your life unfolds, starting from within. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with weights strapped to your ankles. Each step becomes laborious, and though you might soldier on, the journey is far more difficult than it needs to be. Limiting beliefs function much like those weights, anchoring your spirit and making any ascent toward your dream life unnecessarily burdensome. We often inherit these beliefs from parents, peers, or society. Sometimes they're formed by our own negative self-talk. Yet no matter their origin, the pivotal truth is that they can be released. The first challenge is recognizing these beliefs. Perhaps you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never be financially secure," or "I don't deserve a loving relationship." Sometimes these thoughts play in your mind so subtly, you barely notice their presence, but they sculpt your reality in profound ways. Look out for phrases that include words like never, can't, or impossible. These are red flags pointing toward a limiting mindset. Journaling can be an invaluable tool for spotting these patterns. Jot down any negative statements you catch yourself repeating. Then counter each one with a more empowering perspective. For instance, if you find, "I'm always going to struggle," replace it with, "I have the power and resourcefulness to thrive." It's equally important to show yourself compassion during this process. There's no need to judge or blame yourself for having limiting beliefs. We all absorb them in one way or another, whether through childhood experiences or cultural conditioning. It's enough to acknowledge them, understand their roots, and lovingly decide to let them go. This is where inner work becomes transformative. You might try a brief meditation or a relaxation exercise, envisioning each limiting belief as a heavy stone. Visualize removing each stone from a backpack you've been carrying and placing it gently on the ground, freeing yourself from its weight. A potent affirmation exercise for releasing these constraints is to stand in front of a mirror, meet your own eyes, and say, "I am free of the burdens that no longer serve me." It may feel awkward at first, especially if you've been used to belittling or doubting yourself. But in that very awkwardness lies the opening for transformation. Repeating affirmations in a calm, sincere tone sends a direct message to your subconscious. We're changing the script now. The old constraints aren't welcome anymore. Over time, your mind will adapt to this new narrative. In letting go of limiting beliefs, you effectively remove layers of mental clutter that distort your perception of what's possible. What once seemed unreachable becomes decidedly within grasp. Each shift in perspective brings you closer to the summit of that metaphorical mountain, your dream life, without the dead weight of outdated fears or insecurities. You'll discover that these beliefs were never truly part of you. They were passing stories you once accepted. And once you choose to discard them, your spirit will feel unmistakably lighter, poised to ascend in ways that were previously unimaginable. Picture the reflection you see in the mirror each morning. Is it merely an image staring back, or is it the gateway to a deeper, more compassionate relationship with yourself? Mirror work transforms the simple act of looking at your reflection into a heartfelt communion with your own soul. It's an opportunity to dismantle harsh self-judgment and replace it with acceptance, forgiveness, and most importantly, love. How does it work? Start by finding a quiet space where you won't be interrupted, perhaps your bathroom or bedroom. Stand or sit comfortably in front of a mirror and take a few centering breaths. Make gentle eye contact with yourself and say an affirmative statement, such as, "I love and accept myself exactly as I am." At first, it may feel unnatural or silly. You might even hear a critical voice in your mind whispering, "This isn't true." That's precisely the point of this practice, to shine light on those hidden pockets of self-doubt and systematically replace them with kindness. Over time, repetition softens resistance. You begin to see that the face in the mirror isn't just an image. It's someone worthy of compassion, empathy, and respect. During these moments, you might notice old memories surface, instances when you felt unworthy, embarrassed, or unloved. Acknowledge them calmly and remind yourself that the past does not define your present value. If tears come, let them flow as part of the healing process. This is not about punishing yourself for past mistakes or regrets. It's about extending the hand of friendship to yourself. For a more in-depth experience, incorporate additional phrases. You might say, "I forgive myself for the times I've been overly critical," or "I am learning to love myself more deeply every day." Tailor these affirmations to address specific areas where you feel friction, like body image, career doubts, or fears of vulnerability. The act of speaking these words aloud while maintaining eye contact with yourself has a surprising emotional impact. It creates a new internal dialogue, one that is constructive rather than destructive. As you continue this practice, you'll sense a shift in how you relate to yourself overall. You become less inclined to dismiss your achievements or judge your perceived flaws harshly. In social interactions, you might notice a newfound confidence emerging. That's because mirror work is more than a set of words. It's a declaration of respect for who you are at your core. When you flood your mind with messages of self-love, you pave the way for more loving and affirming experiences to enter your life, truly reflecting the idea that what you give to yourself, you attract in the outer world. This is the bedrock of manifesting your dream life, becoming the type of person who believes wholeheartedly in their own worth. Affirmations are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. Each word holds the potential to grow into a strong, flourishing reality, shaping how you perceive yourself and the world. At first glance, repeating positive statements might seem too simple to be powerful. But think about how often we sabotage ourselves with casual negativity. We say, "I can't handle this," or "I'm not creative enough," without a second thought. Affirmations work to reverse that habitual pattern, providing a counterbalance of uplifting language and supportive inner dialogue. Begin by identifying key areas in your life where you crave transformation: finances, relationships, self-esteem, or health. Next, craft concise, positive statements that affirm the desired reality as if it already exists. For instance, if you struggle with finances, try, "I am open to unexpected avenues of wealth, and prosperity flows to me freely." Or if self-esteem is an issue, you might say, "I radiate confidence, and I am worthy of all good things." The key is to word your affirmations in the present tense, reflecting the notion that the shift is happening now. Timing matters when it comes to integrating these statements into your daily routine. Many people find success by using affirmations first thing in the morning or right before bed, when the subconscious mind is more receptive. Some prefer writing them down in a journal, speaking them while looking into a mirror, or even recording them as voice notes to play during a commute. Feel free to combine methods. The goal is to let these messages embed themselves into your mental framework. As you repeat them, notice any internal resistance, doubts, fears, or cynicism, and gently acknowledge those feelings. Over time, affirmations can help dissolve that resistance, forging a more positive mindset. It's important to keep your affirmations specific, yet flexible enough so they feel comfortable. If something feels too grand or unbelievable, your mind might reject it outright. Instead of saying, "I have $1 million," you might start with, "I am attracting increasing financial abundance every day." As your belief grows, you can adjust your affirmations to reflect greater and greater possibilities. Remember, consistency is what allows these seeds to take root and flourish. If you skip a day, treat yourself kindly and simply return to the practice. Affirmations, when done wholeheartedly and routinely, create a ripple effect through every dimension of life. They shift how you think, which in turn alters the choices you make and the opportunities you pursue. They transform your emotional landscape, leaving less room for fear and more room for courage. Ultimately, they help you align with a version of yourself who already lives a dream-filled existence, someone confident, radiant, and fully capable of shaping the future they desire. This alignment forms the energetic bridge between wanting and having, making manifesting your dream life not just possible, but natural. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself stepping into a scene that reflects every aspect of your ideal life. Notice the colors, the sounds, even the scents in the air. This is the heart of mindful visualization. Painting a mental picture so vivid and emotionally resonant that you can nearly touch it. The power behind this practice rests in its ability to focus your consciousness. By repeatedly immersing yourself in the vision of what you want, you train your mind to recognize and seize real-life opportunities that match those desires. One effective approach is to set aside 5 to 10 minutes each day for a structured visualization. Begin in a quiet space, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Take several slow, deep breaths to center yourself. Then envision a scene where your goal is already accomplished. If you're aiming for a loving relationship, picture yourself sharing laughter and tender moments with your partner, feeling completely at ease and cherished. If you wish to start a successful business, imagine the ideal workspace, satisfied clients, and the excitement of making a meaningful impact. The trick is to involve as many senses as possible. Smell the aroma of coffee in your bustling office, hear the chatter of happy customers, or feel the warmth of your loved one's hand in yours. Emotional engagement is the secret ingredient. Allow gratitude, joy, and confidence to well up inside you, as though this vision is your actual reality. Some might call this fake it till you make it, but it's more accurate to say you're aligning with a hidden layer of truth. In essence, your mind and body can't always distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. By drenching yourself in positive, success-oriented feelings, you're effectively programming your subconscious to look for ways to translate these visions into real experiences. Additionally, if you want to add variety or tap into current self-help trends, consider journaling a day in my ideal life, describing every detail from morning routine to evening reflections. Or explore the popular 3-6-9 or 5-5-X-5 methods, where you repeatedly write down your intentions over a set number of days. These repetitive techniques reinforce your focus on the desired outcome. They serve as a form of mental rehearsal, further blurring the line between imagination and manifestation. It's crucial to remember that visualization complements, not replaces, action. When opportunities arise that resonate with your mental pictures, you'll likely feel an intuitive pull urging you to act. Trust this nudge, because when you align visualized scenarios with inspired action, you accelerate the creation of your dream life. The mind and the universe are in a constant dance, responding to the cues you provide. Visualization serves as a guiding compass, pointing you toward the experiences that best match your authentic desires. In this way, your inner world begins to reflect outward, sculpting a reality that mirrors the brilliance of your imagination. Gratitude is often described as the gatekeeper of abundance, and for good reason. When you immerse yourself in thankfulness, truly feeling it in your heart, you shift the lens through which you see the world. Rather than focusing on what's lacking, you begin to notice the multitude of blessings already present. This simple perspective change can trigger a remarkable domino effect. The more you recognize life's gifts, the more open you become to receiving even greater blessings. It's as if the universe or a higher power responds to your appreciation by sending you more to be appreciative of. A practical way to anchor gratitude in your daily routine is through a morning or evening ritual. Right after you wake up or just before bed, list 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. They don't have to be grand. It could be the warmth of the sun, a caring friend, or even a cozy blanket that makes your nights more comfortable. What matters is the sincerity of your emotion. Allow that grateful energy to fill your mind and body. If journaling resonates with you, keep a dedicated notebook where you can write these reflections. Over time, it becomes a treasure trove of positive memories and highlights, something you can revisit on challenging days for an instant mood lift. In addition to routine, spontaneity can amplify the power of gratitude. Whenever you catch yourself complaining or feeling down, pause and redirect your attention to something you can appreciate in the moment. This doesn't mean dismissing genuine concerns. It means acknowledging them without allowing them to overshadow the larger tapestry of goodness in your life. By consciously swapping a negative rumination for a grateful thought, you're actively rewiring your neural pathways. You become someone who reflexively spots the silver lining rather than the dark cloud. Affirmations of gratitude can also be woven into this practice. You might say, "I am grateful for the continuous flow of blessings in my life," or "Thank you for the abundance of health, love, and prosperity that surrounds me." Speak these words with conviction, letting them resonate in your heart. The more you focus on what you have, the less room you leave for thoughts of scarcity or lack. And in a subtle yet profound way, you shift your vibrational state to one that naturally attracts more of what you appreciate. Gratitude is not merely a nicety. It's an energetic current that connects you to the broader stream of abundance. When you express heartfelt thanks for the blessings you currently enjoy, you send out a signal that you are ready to experience more. This transformation in attitude can uplift not just your personal experience, but also the people around you, who often take cues from your emotional state. By practicing gratitude, you become a magnet for blessings and a beacon of positive energy, enriching both your own life and the world at large. Have you ever felt like your progress grinds to a halt the moment you take 2 steps forward? Emotional roadblocks often appear right when you're on the brink of significant change, rooted in past hurts, unresolved fears, or deeply ingrained patterns of avoidance. Yet these roadblocks aren't here to punish you. They're here to show you the parts of yourself that need love and care. Think of them as flashing signals on life's path. Slow down. There's important work to do here. One common emotional hurdle is lingering resentment toward oneself or another person. This resentment can be an energetic anchor, pulling you backward into old stories of hurt and blame. To overcome it, gently explore its roots. Are you holding on to anger from a relationship that ended poorly? Are you still feeling guilty over a mistake made years ago? Identify these pockets of pain and then practice a simple yet powerful form of release. Writing a letter you never send can be immensely cathartic. Pour your feelings onto the page, express your grievances, then close with the intention to forgive and move on. The act of writing helps externalize these buried emotions, making it easier to let them go. Fear is another stumbling block that can freeze you in place, often taking the form of worrying about failure, judgment, or not being enough. Recognize that fear frequently masquerades as practicality or caution. If you're consistently talking yourself out of opportunities, perhaps it's fear whispering in your ear. The remedy involves compassionately allowing yourself to feel the fear while reminding yourself that you're safe. Deep breathing exercises, mindfulness, or talking with a trusted friend can provide the sense of security needed to move through anxiety. You might also use affirmations like, "I am brave enough to embrace the unknown," or each step I take guides me toward growth and learning. For some, unworthiness is a core emotional barrier. This can manifest as an inability to accept compliments, pushing away good opportunities, or constantly doubting your capabilities. Overcoming unworthiness involves consistent reminders of your inherent value as a human being. Remember that you don't have to achieve, perform, or please others to be worthy of love and success. Start small. Accept compliments gracefully, celebrate minor wins, and consciously choose to engage in activities that uplift your self-esteem rather than erode it. In all of these scenarios, self-awareness is the shining key. By identifying the emotions that block your path, you shift from autopilot to active participant in your own healing. And healing isn't about denying or suppressing uncomfortable emotions. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and ultimately realizing they have no power over your highest potential once you decide to set them free. This emotional freedom then acts as rocket fuel for your dreams, propelling you forward with renewed clarity and confidence. You'll discover that what once seemed like a dead end on your journey is actually a hidden doorway, leading you to deeper self-understanding, resilience, and the radiant future you were always meant to claim. Manifestation often focuses on the mental and emotional realms, but true transformation emerges when your body joins the conversation. Think of your life force as a triad composed of body, mind, and spirit. When these three elements are in harmony, you become an unstoppable force for good, radiating energy that draws in positive experiences and repels negativity. Neglect any one part, and the entire structure can wobble. Let's start with the body, your physical vessel. Nourishing it isn't just about eating well and exercising, though those are key components. It's about listening to its needs with compassion. Pay attention to signals like fatigue, tension, or discomfort, which might indicate hidden stress or emotional strain. Regular movement, whether it's yoga, dancing, or brisk walks in nature, helps clear out stagnant energy and keeps your life force flowing. Equally important is rest. Ensure you carve out time for quality sleep, which rejuvenates the body and supports mental clarity. When your body feels cared for, it's more receptive to the positive signals your mind is sending. Next, consider the mind. This is where you script the narrative of your life. Positive affirmations, visualization, and gratitude all reside here, but they work best when you protect your mental space from constant distractions or negativity. Develop a practice of mindfulness. Notice the content you consume, the conversations you engage in, and the thoughts you allow to linger. If you find yourself bombarded by cynical news or draining social media debates, take steps to limit your exposure. Replace that mental clutter with content that nurtures your spirit, such as inspirational books, uplifting music, or peaceful silence that allows your thoughts to settle. Finally, spirit is the quietly powerful dimension connecting you to something larger. Be it the universe, a higher consciousness, or a divine presence. Strengthening this connection can involve meditation, prayer, or simply spending time in nature. You might also explore creative outlets, painting, writing, or playing an instrument, that enable you to slip into a flow state, transcending mundane worries. This spiritual alignment cultivates an unshakable sense of peace and purpose. It reminds you that you are both an individual and a part of the greater whole, lending perspective to life's ups and downs. When body, mind, and spirit align, you operate from a place of genuine authenticity. You sense what's right for you on a deep level and trust that intuition. You make decisions more confidently, treat yourself and others with compassion, and vibrate at a frequency that naturally attracts supportive opportunities and relationships. Obstacles become learning experiences rather than permanent barriers. The synergy of these three aspects magnifies your ability to manifest your dreams because you're no longer fragmented. Instead, every part of you, your physical vitality, mental clarity, and spiritual depth, works together in perfect orchestration, forging a direct path to the abundant, fulfilling life you envision. As we reach the end of this journey, pause to acknowledge how far you've come. You've explored the power of intention, uprooted limiting beliefs, embraced mirror work, and discovered the profound effect of affirmations, visualization, gratitude, and emotional healing. You've also uncovered the impact of aligning body, mind, and spirit. Each practice is like a puzzle piece, forming a comprehensive map to help you create the dream life you've always envisioned. Now it's time to step forward, trusting that these insights aren't just ideas, but living tools ready to be used. Remember, transformation isn't a single leap. It's a series of gentle steps repeated with love and consistency. Perhaps you'll begin each morning by reaffirming your intentions while gazing into a mirror, speaking words of confidence and self-love. Maybe at night, you'll pen a few lines of gratitude in a journal and visualize tomorrow's triumphs. On weekends, you might indulge in a creative hobby or meditative practice to replenish your spirit. In every choice, you reinforce the reality you wish to live. You become an active participant in your own unfolding story, rather than a bystander accepting default outcomes. Keep in mind that obstacles may still appear and you might feel uncertain at times. That's perfectly okay. Even the most radiant journey has clouds and occasional storms. What matters is how you respond. When doubt creeps in, you now have the tools to pivot, replacing negativity with a kinder, more hopeful story about who you are and what you deserve. When fear tugs at you, you can ground yourself in the knowledge that these feelings don't define you. They simply highlight areas where deeper love and reassurance are needed. This process is about more than creating external changes, like landing a new job, finding a soulmate, or improving your finances. It's about evolving into someone who genuinely believes that joy, abundance, and wellness are natural states of being. As you repeatedly embody these uplifting qualities, your outer life rearranges itself to mirror the vibrant energy within. This is the essence of manifestation, transforming yourself so thoroughly that your reality cannot help but follow suit. Take a moment now to place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and breathe in this final affirmation. I am worthy of my dreams, and I allow the universe to guide me toward them. With love, faith, and gratitude, I shape my reality. Feel the warmth in your chest expand with each word, infusing every cell of your body with renewed hope and anticipation. You have every reason to trust this unfolding process. After all, the power to manifest your dream life resides within you, steady, inexhaustible, and always eager to respond to your heartfelt intentions. Embrace it fully and step confidently into the beautiful future you are co-creating.